Sebastián and Kennard, take one. Common mark.
Well, how do we say it one more time?
Tête-à-Tête.
Tête-à-Tête. Okay. No, this is serious. Oh, God. This is the worst part of the interview. This is the worst part. Let me say it before I forget.
You're done. Come on.
Okay. Why did you ask me to join you for this tête-à-tête?
Well, as you know, we go way, way back.
Let's keep it to a minimum.
No, I
before
know,
we
I
go back
know.
with these people.
I
Okay?
know, but you've seen a lot of me inside of this space and outside, and I feel very comfortable talking to you and being honest and sincere about these questions. So
Yeah, nice,
that's
nice.
why I wanted to feel comfortable.
Yeah. What genre of dance most interests you outside of ballet?
So a few weeks back, I was doing a summer residency up in Millbrook, New York, and it was a residency that combined classical dancers with contemporary dancers. And during the mornings, we used to do our ballet class, and then the contemporary dancers used to do a Gaga-based movement class.
Oh, that's nice.
So I started taking their class because I was just, I'm just artistically curious. And
Yeah.
I've always been drawn to that contemporary type of movement. That's so I would say I'm very interested in this technique called Gaga that was created by Ohad Naharin.
My knees are already hurting
I
thinking
know,
about Gaga. Oh my
I know,
God. Oh,
but I took this class, which is pretty much just more movement based rather than aesthetic. So yeah, I just felt the freedom of not being so tethered to the mirror and how it looks and the porter bra.
Not
and
keeping
the
it like
applique.
traditional.
Right.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, shout out to Chloe Crenshaw, who's an incredible artist and incredible Gaga
to you.
teacher.
Yeah.
What coaching session has been the most meaningful or significant to you?
So like, when I first moved to New York, a lot of people couldn't pronounce my name for some reason. It's Kennard, not that hard. But so I got over it and like, I was like, just call me Ken.
Yeah.
So when I joined the company, Dick Tanner was running one of our rehearsals, and and people were calling me Ken in the rehearsal, but he saw my name Kennard on the paper,
Yes.
and he looked around. He's like, "Why are people calling you Ken? Your name is so beautiful. You should want them to like call you Kennard." So
It really is. Yeah.
that made me like just think about how I wanted to go forward, even though people still call me Ken, but like it made me like think about my identity as a person and like how I wanted to be seen. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way. My name is actually in Spanish. It's Sebastián.
Yeah.
And it took me about like until the pandemic when I was working with a choreographer for the first time. She asked me, "How do you wish for me to pronounce your name?" Because up to that point, when I moved to the States, everybody had been like Sebastián. It was the first time I was like, "No, my name is Sebastián." So
Wait, say it one more time.
Sebastián.
Lord.
No, but
I couldn't
also,
say that if I tried. Oh,
you
gosh.
fast forward to like last year, and I was looking at a program, and my name finally has the accents. Over the
Yeah,
A and the E.
nice.
Yeah, so I feel that. I relate.
Okay. How and where did you start dancing?
I come from San Juan, Puerto Rico, and I have an older brother as well. So my mom never really wanted either one of us to stay in the house playing video games
Yeah.
or being lazy. So she would always make us perform at a talent show, in a school's talent show. So a fun trivia fact about me is that I owe my dancing career to Ricky Martin because I was lip syncing to She
Really?
Bangs in
Yeah,
this talent show. And the judges were two ballet teachers. That
How
pretty much
old, how old were you?
I was like 7, yeah. I was 7. And they were like, "We would like to speak to Ricky Martin's parents." So after that, my brother and I went to their ballet studio where these two judges / ballet teachers worked at. So,
Nice.
and now we're here.
New York City.
What's your favorite movie or TV show and why?
My favorite TV show. So I love a true crime documentary. Love a true crime documentary. And my favorite like go-to TV show is Criminal Minds.
Yes.
Like this sounds so weird, but like I will put a Criminal Minds episode on just to fall asleep. Like it's like my background noise.
That's incredible.
That's weird. That's
No.
right. Right. Okay. But yeah, who's your favorite pop culture figure?
This is such a hard one.
Bad Bunny.
Well, yeah, actually. Right now, I would say that, yeah.
Yeah.
It would be Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio.
That's one name?
That's his name, yeah. Bad Bunny,
Like,
yeah. I love
First,
him.
last, and everything?
Yes. Benito is his first one.
Benito.
Antonio is his middle one. Martinez is his father's last name.
Mm.
And Ocasio is his mom's last name.
Nice,
We keep
nice.
all of them. We keep all our names in Puerto Rico.
Mm.
But I love him because he's super popular, number one. And number two, his music, I think it's one of the few artists right now that's really in the mainstream that really says something with their art form.
Yeah. Like, I see why you say that too, because like a lot of artists these days,
Yeah.
I feel like don't make a body of work.
No,
you know,
absolutely.
like it's not like that anymore.
No.
Like you got a lot of one-hit
It's
wonders.
like people forgot the value of like making
Exactly.
a lengthy work.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
art,
exactly.
you know? So yeah,
Yeah.
Bad Bunny is definitely my favorite pop culture.
He's
figure
killing.
right
He's
now.
killing it.
Yeah.
He's killing it.
What art forms other than dance do you enjoy most and why?
Well, I guess this is a form of dance, but Irish dance. I need to stay,
Irish
I need to
step
stay off the
dancing.
internet. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
But I come across these videos of these people like Irish
Yeah,
dancing,
me too.
and it's like the coolest genre of dance ever because I know I couldn't do it, but
me neither.
like it takes a lot to do that. I
We should
think.
take a class one day. Irish step dance class.
I'll watch. I'll support from.
I would love to see you. I'm sure you would end up in Riverdance.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. What music are you listening to right now?
As you know, I don't know if they know, but I collect records.
Yeah.
So I love music. It's my hobby. And last night I arrived from visiting my family back home in Puerto Rico. And my brother and I discovered my dad's cassette collection, which has every type of genre of music, which is exactly what I want. I took about 6 of his mixtapes and I put them on a streaming service. I made playlists with them.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm just digging through what my dad used to listen to back in the day when he was my age. It's like cute little like time capsule. So yeah, that's what I'm listening to. My dad's
I will
old
never
music.
forget when you moved into that. You moved into that apartment,
That's right.
and I helped you move.
You helped me move.
Oh my god.
Oh, and I have more now. So
Don't
next
call-
time I move, I'm gonna call you.
Do not call me.
To help me move home.
Do not call me.
What about you? What are you listening to these days?
Honestly, I'm pretty basic. I keep it mainstream. Like I love Beyonce.
Of course.
Love
Who doesn't?
Beyonce. But like I love a good like live album
Oh yeah.
with like the crowd
The
in the
mixes and
background and the
everything.
mixes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can get with that. Like on my way to work.
Yeah.
Turn something like that on. Like walking up the
Strutting-
subway. I'm like, okay, let's
strutting
like
down the subway.
yeah.
Who run the world?
Let's turn it
Can.
up.
Who runs the world? Can. Boom. There you go. Is there an alumni dancer who particularly inspires you?
Okay, I would say Albert Evans. I never really got to work with him, but when I first got to the school, I would see him around the building. First of all, I found out about SAB the day before I auditioned for it. I had no idea what New York City Ballet
Classic.
was,
Yeah.
like none of that. And then came for the summer. And then I was like, okay, if I'm gonna stay, I need to like learn some history about this
course.
place. And of course, like, I don't know, being a black man, I'm like, is there someone like myself there?
Exactly.
So I did my research on him and like, saw what he had, accomplished
Achieved,
at City
yeah.
Ballet, yeah. And then there's this one time I ran into him on the elevator. I'm standing there with my Timberland boots on, and he looked at me, he go, I see you with your Timbs on, just keeping it real, like Lil Kim would say.
Right. Lil' Kim.
And I was like, my kind of guy.
Exactly. Little Kim.
It's like those little things that like
Yeah.
remind you of home and
Yeah.
like bring comfort to you when you're like outside or like home,
course, yeah.
Because it's hard to find that in New
Yeah.
York for sure. Like we're in this very predominant like white building,
Yes.
and this man is talking about Lil Kim, and I'm like,
Exactly.
my mother would love you.
No, it's true. It's true.
Okay, is there an alumni dancer who inspires you?
I mean, I would say Albert as well. Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
I actually have this tattoo of a diamond. I got it with 2 of my other coworkers in memory of him when he passed.
Wait, with who else? Who else?
Joaquin and Andy Vea.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
We were
I
in
didn't know
France
that.
the year that he passed, and he was a really, really close person to us. And he loved to have diamonds. Those were like his
He was like dripped
favorite
out.
thing. He wasn't dripped out, but he was like tastefully dripped out. So he loved diamonds. So the 3 of us got a diamond tattooed. Yeah.
Nice.
So Albert, yeah, miss him.
What was the first ballet you saw, and what did you think of it?
First ballet I saw, I would have to take it back to Giselle back home in Puerto Rico.
Okay, yeah, classic.
I love that. 2-act classic drama.
I can see you.
Love. Yeah.
Onto the ground.
Mad
I
scene.
can so see that, yeah.
Treason. It was so beautiful. And I actually got to see one of my favorite dancers perform it with a local company in Puerto Rico, Jose Manuel
yeah.
Carreño from ABT. So yeah, Giselle. I
Yeah.
love that ballet. I think I know the answer to this, but what one living person do you want to meet more than anyone else?
You're expecting me to say Beyonce. That's why. Do they have to be living? Yeah.
That's it
Okay, I
right
guess that's the
here.
question.
What
Okay.
one living person would you want to meet?
Damn, I can't go meet Michael Jackson.
No.
Okay,
Gotta
one
be
living
living.
person that I would love to meet. I would like to meet Barack Obama.
Oh,
He
yes.
sounds like the chillest person ever.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Actually,
Yeah.
I would love to ask to
Yeah.
talk to him and ask him, see if he knows any dance. What ballets do you think you would like?
Tyler Peck actually met him like a couple
No
years.
way.
And she has pictures of him
That's
in her
amazing.
apartment.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah. Okay, how do you like to spend your layoff?
Well, ideally, I would love to be home in Puerto Rico with my family, with my mom, with my dad. But I don't really travel much during the layoff, especially when they're shorter.
tired,
So I just
yeah.
stay here. I like to go to the movies. I wouldn't like to call myself a cinephile, but I like to go to the movies, IFC Center, Quad Cinema, all that obscure stuff. And then just stay at home, spin a record, maybe go out at night with my friends.
Okay, Sebastián is like famous for going to like these big events by himself and like really truly enjoying himself. Like
Just by myself.
Full on like in the middle of a concert, just him.
Yep.
Like
Well, think
I
about it.
love
you,
that so
you
much. I love
arrive when
that.
you want to. You leave when you want to. You only pay for your drinks. You don't have to wait for anyone in the bathroom. Come on, it just makes sense.
no,
it just makes
It
sense.
makes a lot of sense.
Also, you don't deal with the disappointment
Yeah.
and loneliness of someone being like, "Oh, I can't make it."
See, my thing is I'm gonna leave when I want to, no
Exactly.
matter who I'm
Oh,
with.
no, that's true. Not everyone is as real as you can. Like I would feel so self-conscious leaving someone to an event that I bring.
I'll make sure everybody's good, then I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna go home.
That's true. That's true.
I'll go home, especially if we're near my house. It's over. Like
It's over.
We're near
A
my
block
house,
away.
it's
Never
over.
take Kennard to a place that's a block away from his house. What 3 personal possessions can you not live without, and why?
I don't think I really have anything that I'm like very possessive over.
Just like think. I don't know. Phone, keys, wallet. Phone, keys, wallet.
No, that is good.
What's the
that was
one
a
thing you
very
tell
adult
yourself?
thing.
Yeah, you tell
Very
yourself
adult
when you
thing to
leave every
say.
place. Phone, keys, wallet.
Yep.
Couldn't live without them.
I've had about 4 phones in the last.
I remember when you had an iPad for a phone. Wait, Kennard Henson lost his phone one night out, and then the next day I go to dinner with him, and he's like, "Wait, let me text so and so to see what
What?
they're doing." Whips out the iPad at the Smith, texting people.
I'm on like FaceTime audio.
I'm
like,
pretty sure I have a video of you doing that. I have a video of you doing that in the locker.
No, I need to walk certain places so I can get the Wi-Fi.
The
Like,
Wi-Fi.
No, that iPad held me down for a long time. And then I got a flip phone
That's probably, oh yeah,
for a backup phone. $25, baby.
that's it. Cricket Wireless.
For real. I don't even know who the carrier was. I carried it everywhere I went though. I was in the club with that phone. I'm pretty sure I have old pictures.
You were in the
on
club
that
with your
phone like
iPad
this.
too. Okay.
I guess this is like similar to like the layoff question, but what is your downtime like for you? Like even like during the season, what do you like to do? To
Scrolling
like
through Instagram. I actually got told by multiple people in the company, they've said, "How is it that every reel I see on Instagram is liked by you?"
oh, because they showed it. They showed it in the
I
corner of the
didn't
video.
know that they were showing like what I liked, what I didn't like, and literally like 3 people in the company were like, "Yeah, I'm always scrolling through Instagram and I see that you like every reel that pops up on my thing."
I think we talk more on Instagram than we text.
Oh, I send you reels.
I had to. Can I look here? I had to tell him stop seeing things on Instagram before I send it to you. For real, bro. Like,
Yeah.
stop liking
I am an
everything.
infamous Instagram reel scroller.
Yeah.
What about you?
I love a good nap.
I know you
Gotta
do.
find some time for a nap.
I know you do.
When it's not like crazy hot, I like to be outside.
Yeah.
Maybe like, I don't know, just walking to the store, doing something.
What is your favorite dance sequence in a film?
Growing up, I would watch like Stomp the Yard and like, so like,
Classic.
what is it? You Got Served? The opening sequence
Yeah.
of You Got Served?
Yeah.
When they're like battling in the boxing ring? The best.
Classic.
Also, the music just like gets you going.
Yeah, it gets you going.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of music I like to listen to when I'm like,
Right.
about to go on stage.
That's
Yeah.
it. My favorite dance sequence, I've shown you this to you because I play
Yeah.
it every night before we go out. A chorus line
Yep.
directed by Richard Attenborough.
Yes. They just had the
With
50th
Greg Burge.
anniversary or
The
something like that?
the song is called Surprise, and I just love that. It's the best film sequence. Look it up, YouTube it. A chorus line, Surprise.
Do you have any favorite quotes or song lyrics?
Oh yeah,
I was thinking
I have
about
a
this one
lot.
over here.
I have a lot, but the one that comes to mind a lot is from this film called The Last Black Man in San Francisco, and at the end, the main character says, "Why are you laughing?"
What you said, The Last Black Man?
In San Francisco, yeah. And at the end, the main character says it, you can't hate something unless you know how to love it. And that just digs deep. It's the same with everything in life.
Yeah.
You can't really dislike something until you learn how to appreciate it and love it.
That sounds like RuPaul a little bit. That sounds like
Is that your
RuPaul.
favorite? What's your favorite
That
quote?
is not my favorite quote.
No.
I think my favorite quote is from, Drake and Nicki Minaj.
Yes. I know of them.
You know the song "Moment for Life"?
No.
Well, in that song they go, "Everybody dies, but not everybody lives."
Oh.
I wish
nice.
that I could have
Hey.
a moment for life. But I like that quote. I
Yeah,
like that
that's a
quote
good
lot.
one.
Yeah.
Oh. What would you be if you were not a dancer?
You actually got me into this because, like, growing up, I never
like where
really
this is
went to
going.
baseball games.
Oh. Yes.
But we started going to baseball games together.
Yeah.
I feel like I could have been a baseball player.
Yeah. What position would you play?
I don't know. I just want to hit the ball out the park. That's all.
I could see that. My dad was a baseball player.
Yes.
He was a pitcher. Yeah. Love baseball. What's the best part of living in New York, and what's the worst?
Okay, the best part of living in New York, I think, is I was just talking about this. The
Yeah.
confidence of the people on the streets.
Yeah. Everyone.
You can have $1, $1 million, or none. But the confidence these people carry, bro,
I
like
love that.
you cannot. Like, I feel like nothing can really challenge a New Yorker.
Yeah.
Like they carry themselves with just
Yeah.
so much like
That's when the main
Drive,
character
right?
syndrome really is great.
everyone in New York
Yeah.
think they're a main character.
Yeah, but they should. They're in the best
Exactly.
city in the world. Why
And
wouldn't
like
they?
sorry. The stuff that this city put people through,
Yeah.
you should feel like you're on top of the world.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Totally. And what's the worst?
This is one dirty ass city.
You cannot. You cannot.
Bro,
It is.
the rats are bigger than the cats. And we'll keep it there. But I love New
Yeah.
York City. I love New York. Okay, who's one living person you would like to meet?
One living person I would like to meet. Bernie Sanders. I love him. I love him. I love Bernie Sanders, man.
Do you know the picture
And even
of him?
yeah, the meme, yeah. Even besides like his political views, regardless of like his conviction and his mission to just remain true to social justice.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't find that everywhere, but yeah, I would love to meet him.
Bernie Sanders, shout out to you.
Who's a hero of yours, fiction or in real life?
My mom.
Ah, that's right.
That's my girl.
That's the best answer you could have given.
My mom, like
Yes, because mine too.
she did really
Yeah.
good on like raising
Absolutely.
her kids, I will say. Like,
Absolutely.
I don't come from like the easiest place,
Yeah.
but like she made it feel like a dream.
And
Let me
that's
tell
what
you.
life is about. That's
And like there's no one else who could do that. Like,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
She changed my life.
Shout out to moms everywhere. You're our heroes.
What's your favorite TV show?
Oh,
Do I know this?
I have so many. I would say Community. You don't know what Community
No,
is.
I do.
Yeah.
I think I do.
The
Is that with
Community
Donald
College.
Glover?
Yeah, the Donald Glover. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Community is so great. It's so great.
I always see it on like Hulu, but I
Yeah.
never watch
It's on Peacock. Watch it. It's so good.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm watch it, 'cause I'm
Community.
about to
I
go back
love that
home.
show. It's like, it's funny, it's easy to watch, and it talks about just human nature
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, how we have the choice to either remain the way we are or see our own potential and growth and
Nice.
how we do that. Yeah, I love it. I love Community.
Real life stuff.
Yeah, but it's funny.
Yeah,
It's
it's
really
funny
funny.
too.
Yeah. What moment did you finally feel like a New Yorker? New Yorker. New
Let me
York.
tell you, when I moved out of the dorms. When I moved out of
That's
those
good.
SAB dorms.
That is good.
Because, you know, in the SAB dorms, School of American Ballet dorms, you have curfew.
Yeah.
Which you should have because, like, we all
You're a
move,
child.
we move away at such a young age. And, like, it's like these people who are in charge of taking care of
Yeah.
these, like, people from all over the world, kids.
Right.
So, like, you know, they got to do their best. And a curfew will
Yeah.
help with that. But
Ugh,
moving out of those dorms and getting my first apartment was
totally.
like, that's when I was like, okay,
Where
I'm
was
a
your
part of the
first
city.
apartment?
It was in Washington Heights. Yes.
Shout
Sebastian lives right around the corner from my first apartment.
Yeah. I love it up there. Yeah.
159th and Singnick.
I also feel like when you live in the dorms, your world is literally the Upper West Side.
Yes, exactly.
There's
Can't go too
no
far.
Williamsburg.
Yep.
There's no Bushwick. There's no Queens. There's no Bronx. It's just the Upper West Side.
Exactly.
So then you get this freedom to go wherever you want. I mean, some people manage to stay in the Upper West Side, which
Yeah.
in City Ballet terms, we call it the dance belt.
Dance bell. I lived on the dance
It's
belt
like-
for 7
yeah.
years after
Yeah.
Washington Heights. Yeah.
But then you move out and you actually get to experience the city and fall in love with
Exactly. Because I feel like when I was living in the dorms, I didn't go.
it. Anywhere else.
Like the furthest I went was to like the nearest H&M.
literally, it's literally
H&M.
Urban Outfitters
Yes.
or Pinkberry or Starbucks.
Exactly. Classic. That is a classic SAB combo.
Yeah. I guess, how do you relax?
I don't know. I have a nice balcony that I like to just sit outside and people watch.
Oh, yeah?
First of all, I live in Queens, Jackson Heights, and it's like a parade for, it's like the most diverse place in the world.
Yeah.
And there's a parade for every culture, like every weekend. And it just goes through my block, and I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Which culture is your favorite? And you better say Puerto Ricans, because I'm here. I'm teasing.
black, 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 black.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, but
No, you like
this
the
is like
people watch.
every weekend, and I like people watch. You would
Yeah.
thought I knew the music. I'd be out
Oh,
there
there you
like,
go.
like,
There you go.
don't know a word they're saying.
I feel like I play a lot of Spanish music to you, and you.
I know a little Spanish. Though.
I think you know it from my music.
Yeah, I pick some. I pick some. I don't. I pick a little bit up.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have a pre-show ritual?
Boy, do I.
Well, no, you do.
No, I mean, I'm just very about setting the mood. I watch a lot of soccer, football, and
But for the show,
not before the show. Just like I treat every performance as if it was like a final game of a soccer game. That's why I'm
like
that
that, yeah.
intense. I listen to the same songs just to hype myself up.
I do that every.
I need a coffee, do my makeup, do my
What do you
hair.
What do you like to eat before shows?
It depends. If I eat a lot, something light, a fruit, a bar. But if I haven't, baby, I'll eat it. Bacon, egg, and cheese. Boom, let's go.
the show?
Yeah.
That's so New York. Oh my
Bacon,
God.
bacon, egg, and cheese. Salt, pepper, no ketchup.
No ketchup.
No ketchup. Who puts
That sounds dry.
that's no butter. That's the secret.
Okay, I like
No
butter too.
ketchup, though.
But
That's
butter is not like moist to me. I need like a sauce. Like
A sriracha.
no, that-
Sriracha.
I'm getting too old to be eating hot stuff like that. I'm not that old, but that kind of stuff, yeah, do something to me now. Okay, do you have a particular recital or performance story as a kid that you would like to share?
Yes, actually. I will. Sorry, this is kind of always gives me the giggles. This one time we were performing a ballet that had a bar scene, and I was like one of the youngest people in that ballet company back home in Puerto Rico, And for some reason, the choreographer was like, yeah, let's have Sebastian and my friend Omar, you know Omar,
Yeah.
be the bartenders in the scene, the two youngest kids. They were like kids.
Like a fancy free kind of vibe.
I don't know, it was actually Carmen, the ballet Carmen.
Oh, yeah. I know Carmen, yeah.
And for the last performance, the curtain went up and I was like cleaning a table, and Omar used to come in with a bucket, and there was a craft services table that I didn't know of, but Omar did. And he walks in and I'm like doing the pantomime, like, hey. He walks in and he goes, hi, I brought the cheese. And I was like, what? And he literally took all these cheese cubes from the craft table and shoved them in the bucket and brought them on stage. So when we had to pass the cups around in the scene, we gave people like a cheese cube and we were like,
Were they
surprise.
eating it?
Yeah,
Like,
they were
seriously?
eating them on stage.
I would have ate it on
You
stage.
would eat it in a heartbeat. Yeah.
I would've
So
definitely ate
that's
cheese
a
on
good
stage.
that's a good ballet performance, actually. Yeah.
That's good. I
Omar
like
and I
that.
passing cheese around to people on stage.
You would never do anything like that now, though. Like,
Depends on the ballet. What's the biggest ballet myths or misconceptions about the job? Like, what's the biggest myth or misconception?
I don't know if I should say this, but I think people think, like, it's a hobby. Like, we love
Yeah.
to do it and stuff. But it's not like, oh, glitz and, like,
Yeah.
pretty pink tutu. No, this
It's a
shit kind
job.
of hard. It is. It's hard.
Kinda? Come on.
It's
yeah, it's
hard.
hard. It's difficult. It takes a lot
And
of
it gets harder
dedication.
the older you get.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. The joints are not the same.
exactly. Okay, what was your first performance with New York City Ballet? And how did it feel?
Firebird Monsters was my first performance with City Ballet. Yeah, laugh.
That was the first performance?
I was so nervous. And you know how we have those suits, big suits?
Yes.
I was a blue horse,
I did blue
and
Horse.
I wasn't just performing the movement. I was making faces underneath that. I was literally the blue horse. I went method for this. First
your first
performance in New York City
performance? I was
Ballet,
about to
I was
say.
a blue horse. I was like making faces, and then halfway through I realized it's like people can't see my face.
I'm about to
What
say
am I
now one
doing?
soul in the audience know who you are.
Nope.
It's actually one of the best parts you could do in the core.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
so fun to
No,
do.
it really is, because then all the monsters finish their section. They're all laying on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and just hearing that score, the Stravinsky score of that solo,
Yeah. And the
it's
lighting is
gorgeous.
good,
I used to
lighting.
just stare up like at the chandelier in our
Mm-hmm.
theater. Our theater has a beautiful chandelier in the middle.
God.
What's your astrological sign?
I'm an Aquarius. Oh, I should have made you guess it. But you know my birthday.
know
You know
it,
my
yeah.
birthday. What the- you know my birthday.
Do you know all your co-star chart?
I'm an Aquarius, Leo. I don't know.
Whatever
I don't know what that
means.
means.
Figure
but
it out.
That's what I am. What about you?
I'm a Virgo.
What are the other two signs? People are really into
People
it.
are into it. Every time that someone asks me this, I have to re-download that app.
Like people will like look at you like, let me guess it.
Yeah, Devin, Alberta knows my entire chart.
Really?
Literally. It was kind of funny because India, Bradley, is also into that. And we
Yeah.
were doing this residency at Kotzbahn during the pandemic. And the first night, we're looking for like a place to, kick it, chill,
Yeah.
for hours. And I invite everyone to my room. And India walks into my room and she sees that everything's so neatly organized. And India goes like, what's your star sign, Sebastian? I was like, I'm a Virgo. She's like, yeah, good, because I was gonna say you're either a Virgo or a serial killer. I was like, wow, okay, thank you.
Is that a
for-"
thing like all Virgos
I have
are,
no
like,
clue.
neat people?
Maybe, my dad is. My dad's a Virgo,
Virgo
as well.
too?
Yeah, he was born
Wow.
2 days after me.
Okay, describe one of your favorite backstage moments. Like it could be like us together. Like what's a like? Do we have? Of course, we have a
We have
backstage
a,
moments.
we have a
work
lot of
together.
them. We have a lot of them.
Okay, what's like?
I will never forget. Was it? Do you
embarrassing
remember
me? Oh,
Swan
gosh.
Lake? Balanchine Swan Lake?
That's the first time I did it.
The first time you did it, and we were just both talking backstage, and at the end of Balanchine Swan Lake, it's one act, it's a beautiful, actually my favorite. It's just the second act, beautiful score, beautiful everything, and the ending is so beautiful as well, because the swan leaves the stage, and the actual prop swan in the back is like swimming, and then the prince is left alone, And then we were hunters. So his hunters, his friends run in and like get to see him devastated. We forgot that entrance. You and me, we were talking backstage. The rest of the crew goes, and then these last two hunters show up at the last moment.
But it was very authentic.
It was so authentic.
It was authentic.
It was spur of the moment. We were method.
Damn, thank God I got my core contract.
Yeah.
This is a good question. What is the most challenging ballet to perform?
Oh my gosh. There's
a
so
couple.
many. There's a lot. It would have to be Alexei Redmansky's Concerto d'SCH. The curtain goes down, and the last pose, it's the hardest to hold because I have to climb up on my friend's shoulders. Yeah, I performed the pas de trois, the soloist pas de trois. And after I come down, I just wanted to collapse. It's so exhilarating, but that's what makes the role so fun to do. It's like an Everest that you look back and you're like, I did that.
Like, I know, like, we would never do this, but you ever thought about, like, what if I just didn't go on?
Oh, 1,000 times. 1,000 times. I was actually, we were performing Interplay once, and I was the guy that at the finale, all the flat shoe dancers challenge each other to see who can do the most double tours. So one person goes and does a double tour. Double tour is a step that the person jumps up and does 2 revolutions and lands in 5th position. So I had to do 4, like this.
That ain't nothing.
But in my debut,
That is
like,
hard. That is very hard.
That's very hard. But in my debut, like that person has to like kneel and watch everyone go, and like the person that went before me wasn't quite successful at performing 3, and my stomach just sank, and I wanted to just run home.
He's like, you have,
Yeah.
before you leave this stage, you have to do
You
this.
have to do this,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
that's
and the
a
whole
scary
ballet,
feeling.
that step is in the back of your mind. You know, everything's
Yeah.
mounting. It's like the climax of the ballet.
Right.
But I hit them every time. Never missed one.
Period.
Yeah.
What do you feel like your strong point as a dancer is?
Jeez. My beautiful face. No, I'm kidding.
That's what the people come to see, baby.
I'm kidding. No, I mean, I think every time you go into that stage, you should say something, whether you are doing the role of a rock or you are the beautiful swan. And
There's
I
a
think
roll
that-
of the rock.
Yeah, I know. I understudied that when I came into the company. No, but, and I think that one of my strongest points is that I try to always, regardless of role, regardless of day, regardless what happened to me in my personal life, I always try to say something.
Yeah.
Is what I do, because that's what gives this art form and my experience as an artist meaning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Saying something significant.
I feel like also like with the amount of performance we do, that you can always give 100%.
No, of course not.
Like sometimes you come in with like 80%.
Yeah.
And I have this 80% to give.
Yeah.
But that was the 100 that I had today. You know what
But
I mean?
if you do it with conviction and
Exactly.
with, you might not be able to physically give it 100%, but you
Yeah.
can always just 100% find the will to be 100%.
That's a true artist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a true artist. Those are hard to find.
Okay, well, thank you for coming to our TED Talk.
Thank you
I
for
am
coming.
officially the new Wendy Williams.
No, we got to do the show and tell, Cam.
Oh, God. Okay.
So to give context, this is my very first pas de deux that I ever did. I was about like 9, and it was a bluebird pas de deux from Sleeping Beauty, and I'm wearing a beautiful costume made.
You were doing Bluebird at that age? How old were you?
I was like 9. Yeah, I was a prodigy. No, I'm kidding. But I was wearing this costume made by my mom. My mom loves to sew and do crafts, like handicrafts.
She should have been on Dance Moms.
Yeah,
No.
no. This is a picture. Baby Seb, yeah, laugh. Performing Bluebird, all full of wonder and joy.
It looks like a drag queen's first drag show or something. sorry. It's the crown. The
headpiece.
The headpiece, bro. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I love it just because, that's, like you said, like we start doing this as a hobby and as something that's very meaningful to us.
Yeah.
And then as you grow, life just makes it a little bit harder for you to have that love. And I look at pictures of me doing this and just reinstate why I do this. And yeah, especially because my mom did it.
Do it for your younger self.
Yeah.
This is me
Oh my goodness.
I grew up in Baltimore, so I grew up on like Baltimore club dancing. And the director of the recreation center we used to dance at made these costumes.
It's always homemade. It has to be homemade. It's the
then
best
this-
quality.
And then the second photo is, of course, me with the trophy that I won.
My heart. You won you won a trophy.
What? You know I did.
Of course. It's always those moments that remind you why you start doing it, really.
No, definitely, absolutely.
Why you start doing it, why you keep doing it, you know. So yeah, wait, put it together.
And here we are today,
I know,
thriving.
like 3 inches of hairline gone over here, but we're here.
Don't get my boss.